Hello everyone and welcome to part 3 of my Starcraft tutorial series. In this one we'll be looking at a more advanced strategy, so I really don't recommend this unless you're about you have experience playing the game, so you're probably about platinum, diamond, anywhere above that as well. Now this build is one that's been around for quite a while now. It's a 2-1-1, which means you get 2 barracks, 1 factory, 1 starport, and your goal is that you're going to drop Marines and you're going to have stim right when you have 2 medevacs full of Marines, and you're going to drop and put pressure on the Zerg. So next we're just going to go into a game and showcase what the build is capable of. So we're going to get into the game here. We're on King's Cove, the map, and this game ended up playing fairly oddly. It didn't really go the way I was hoping. It was a weird game. My opponent played the game a little not standard and not what I was expecting, but the build still works, and I could showcase the strength of it and why I won the game. So first we're going to start off how we start off most games, with a Reaper fast expand build, which means we're going to get our barracks around 16 supply, and then we're going to get gas, or make a refinery right after that around 17 supply. And the goal is to get out a Reaper, which is one of the more, which was like basically a faster Marine that allows us to scout out our opponent's base and just see if I can do a little damage here and there, but it's mostly there for scouting, just let me know what's going on. And you're going to see that I also SCV scout this game. That is sending a worker to my opponent's base. I do that because in case they have a spawning pool, they go for a spawning pool first build, which means they can build Zerglings before they make a hatchery. Usually most Zerg builds, in case you don't know, hatcheries are the main command center type unit or building for Zerg. So most Zergs like to expand really fast because their units are really fast, so they have no problems really defending extra bases, and hatcheries are cheaper than building an extra command center would be, so they're kind of incentivized to expand early, like this guy is. So just going to go, like I said, we're going to SCV scout, and if he went spawning pool first, which means he's going to make those fast little Zergling units that you might have seen in my first video. But he didn't do that. He went the standard build, the expansion, which when I say expansion, which means you build another base, another mineral set. And since he did that, I'm not really worried about early Zerglings coming to my base, so I could send the Reaper across to try to put on pressure on him. So you send the Reaper across and then you immediately build your factory, similar to what I did in the first video, which is just kind of go through the motions of teching up. So here the goal is to, once I have enough money after building the factory, I build a second barracks, which you saw me do right there. The goal of that second barracks is to build, or to get research STEM, which is kind of the opposite of what I did in my second video, where I did a similar build in that game, but instead of getting a starport, I just built tanks. This game I'm going to not build tanks, I'm just going to go straight into air units, which are medevacs, which heal Marines, but also have the ability to pick them up and drop them like a drop ship, basically, which helps them maneuver across the map faster than walking. So as you can see here, I get my second base up and running, and I just keep continuously building Marines. He sends an overlord to my base to just scout out and see what buildings I'm making and how he should react to them. And so since I'm going Marines, I'm just going to go ahead and kill that, which is basically free, but that's his goal, so he doesn't really mind losing it. It's more worth it for him to know what's going on than to keep the overlord and not be surprised. So I can see right here my Reaper is still alive, and it's near where his third base should be, and around this time he should have started that third base already. That's what most Zergs do, and that's kind of what the standard play would be considered. But since he didn't do that, that kind of makes my alarm go off in my head, maybe he took a different base that was similar, or maybe he's going for a different all-in type strategy, which, I never really explained what all-in was, but in my second video, if you play the game before, an all-in is basically a strategy that's designed to kill the opponent with whatever push that you come up with, whatever the strategy is, it's designed to kill your opponent, and if it doesn't, then basically you lose. It's what all in is like. That's why I'm saying all in, because that strategy is basically all you have. Now here, my medevacs are done, but I started my stim late because I'm bad, but that's okay. So I'm just going out, sniping out some overlords while I can. The overlord can sit up on that perch, that rock, and the way way vision works in this game, like none of the Marines can see it, but once you get an air unit that's flying, you can see that overlord's there, then you can kill it, which is what I do there. And then I'm just gonna add another barracks or I'm gonna add my command center, which is like a fast way to add a third base. And the thing about Terran command centers compared to like the Protoss' Nexus or the Zerg Hatchery is that they have the ability to lift up and fly. So I can build that there and not have to worry about putting out the third base, which is farther away. I can just build it here, and then whenever it's done, I can just float it across, which is safer. Technically it's slower, and you get less money because you have to walk across the map to get to the ramp to get to that, but it's not a big deal. It's just safer, so that's what I go with. And here, since stem's almost done, I picked up most of my Marines and went across the map, picked them up with the medevacs. So the goal here is to go put pressure down on the Zerg, and behind that start teching up, getting tanks or whatever would be necessary for your situation. And here I see mutalisks. So I see mutalisks, so that means I go ahead and start engineering bay, which will allow me to build missile turrets, which is good anti-air defense. Mutalisks are like a really fast flying unit for the Zerg. And so here I know the mutalisks are across the map, which are probably most of his units. So I go ahead and bring my Marines in, I get behind the minerals on his base, which makes it hard for the Zerglings to get surface area, which means they're really easy to pick off with my Marines. And there, like, there's no defense once I kill all the Zerglings, so you can see I'm doing lots of damage to his base right now. But he's doing lots of damage to me because I don't have enough Marines to shoot down the mutalisks, and tanks can't hit air units. So here I'm just trying to do as much damage as possible and kind of make up for the fact that he's doing damage to me. And since I killed his spawning pool, I don't know if I showed it in this video, I was kind of looking away at my base at the time, but I killed his spawning pool, which means he can't make any of those Zerglings that he's attacking with right now. And since those Marines are in a really good position, it's hard for them to get in because of those refineries that are blocking. So once I kill all the Zerglings, he can't build any Zerglings to help defend, and mutalisks are really expensive, so you can't really build those either. And even those aren't that great against Marines. They're only really good because they're mobile. So here I finished up all the mutalisks. I didn't lose too much, but I lost enough where I'm not really comfortable with the situation. But I'm doing so much damage to him that the damage I took doesn't really matter. And here I'm just trying to do I'm just waiting basically for units to show up, and if units like Zerglings or attacking units show up, I just pick up the Marines that are still alive and we go back to my base. But here, like, he has no way to build Zerglings or any mutalisks or anything because I also killed his Spire, which gives him the tech to make mutalisks. So he can't make basically any units besides drones, which are workers and aren't very good, as you can see, against Marines. So I'm just here trying to maximize as much damage as I can using micromanagement, like I stated before in my first video. I'm just kind of kiting the drones because they're melee units, and Marines, when they're stemmed, are really fast. And you just kind of do as much damage as possible. And once I kill all these drones right here, the game's basically won. I should have been doing better building units in my base, but as you can see, like, I have so much and a way better economy than he does. And this game's basically over enemy taps out. So that's like an easy way. That wasn't the cleanest 2-1-1, but it's the way to look at it. And if you don't like get in and do that much damage, you can just go around and snipe creep tumors or something like that. But since it worked so well, that's where the build ends. I'm also going to leave a link in the description, like I did before for the second video, of the build and a replay if you're interested in that. So thanks for watching.